What is the secret to a long life? Welcome to Mark and Pete. Here's a thought.
For the best things in life, get a good head start and keep your mind active and thinking smart. Good living and sobriety can also play their part, but the secret to longevity is to stay young at heart.
Yes. I
Well,
guess so.
there we go. Well, indeed, there's many people who have seen in the news recently the world's oldest person, French nun Lucile Randon, has died at the age of 118. A very long life indeed. And what was that secret? Well, we're going to reveal that. And what I really want to know a little bit more is, what do you think, Clergyman Pete, about the real secrets to longevity? But one thing that I would highlight from Lucile herself when she was interviewed just before her death, only the good Lord knows. And that's interesting.
That's a good point, business from Mark. I think we can't know when we die, which is actually a good thing, because you're better off just living your life until you go. I think it's best that we don't know. But the Bible sort of assumes that you're going to live for 70 years. 70 years and 10 is 70, and that's seen as a good life. Although early on in the Bible, it seems to suggest that you'll live a lot longer, and the reason for the shorter life is because of the sinfulness of humanity and the whole of creation. But long life is seen as a blessing from God, that if you follow God and his ways, you will live a good, long, and fulfilling life. It's one of the rewards of it. Job 32 verse 7. Now, Job famously has some passages in it where there's bad advice from Job's advisors, but this is a good bit. This is from 32 verse 7, and it says this: those who are older should speak, for wisdom comes with age. And so as you get older and older, you get to know more how to react in different situations. So you would have thought that as you got older, once you get to a certain age, you have the chance to live longer because you've got more wisdom.
Yes.
But in the Bible, it also points to getting close to God and having a good and fulfilling prayer life, so that you're filled with the Spirit. Because often, by the way, praying to God is called waiting on God. And if you wait on God, Prophet Isaiah says, those who wait on the Lord, they'll soar on wings like eagles. They'll run and not grow weary. They'll walk and not grow tired. And it says this will be true for the young and the old. So there is also that concept in the Bible. So maybe we shouldn't be surprised that it's a nun who's living to such an advanced age.
Well, indeed. Well, actually, Miss Randon, who actually assumed the name of Sister André, actually was interviewed on a number of occasions. But here's the thing which I like about this. So, Clergyman Pete, you've certainly given some good insights here in terms of, when you think about what you should do in your life, you definitely need to ensure that you focus on God. But here's the thing, from a business point of view, and certainly from a work point of view, because what she said as well, and this is something that to bear in mind, she said, people say that work kills. For me, this is she speaking, for me, work kept me alive. I kept working until I was 108. The point here is have a purpose, because the thing here is that many people feel that they have to get to a retirement age. In the United Kingdom, it's around 65, 66, 67 years of age. And in some cases, it's going to be 68. But the point being is, that's quite a young age when you now think about it. In today's world with modern technology, people are living slightly longer. So the thing here is that you don't necessarily have to retire so early. And even if you do, you could still put your purpose, your time and your purpose and your efforts and your skills. But here's another thing, Clergyman Pete.
Yes,
I'm going to ask you, just extending here from a business point of view. So all you entrepreneurs out there, think about this. She continued to say that she would be better off in heaven. Well, that may be the case, but she continued joyously to say about earthly pleasures. What were the two things that she enjoyed every day?
what earthly pleasures did an aging nun still enjoy every day? Well, I can think of a couple of things that a nun might do in the privacy of the cloisters. I think maybe
but it's something that one would consume. I'll give you a clue.
Well, I thought that it might be because nuns, unlike, say, really pious evangelicals, do drink. So I think that she had a glass of sherry every day.
Well, she had a glass of wine every day, but she had something else, which I know some people will be delighted at.
Chocolate.
It was chocolate, yes. Now, of course, what I would like to know is what type of chocolate. Was it dark chocolate or milk chocolate? Come on, we want to know.
These are the crucial things. It's details. Yeah, details. Come on.
Yeah, but it's interesting, isn't it? Because that sort of life, and again, what I actually like about this is the principle of having a purpose. Now, it still applies. Okay, in her case, there is a religious aspect to it, but whoever you are, whatever you're doing, absolutely embrace God in the way that you need to. But here's the point: in your own lives, in whatever your passion is, embrace it. It doesn't have to be that work kills you, as she was saying, that some people think that. Try and manage your life. Stress it can be very debilitating, and it can also damage people's lives. But at the same time, it can also give you that sense of achievement and purpose. So it's about managing yourself. And what I thought was interesting is some of those little treats that you typically often say that sometimes that in moderation you can manage yourself. But I did think that it was interesting what she felt was the secret to life. But I must admit, Clergyman Pete, we're living in difficult times, challenging times. So any other guidance in terms of
I would just say, just following up on the purpose in life, even if you retired from your paid employment, maybe to reduce the stress, or because you can't manage it anymore in your old age. I think to have a plan for retirement, so that there's something you do, maybe continuing a hobby, but maybe continuing your main purpose as a nun. Obviously, she could keep on praying for people, and that was something that she could do even into old age. There's something that you can do, and Psalm 92 says. It's interesting. It refers to godly people as being like cedar trees. And it says, even in old age, they still produce fruit. They remain vital and green because they continue growing. That's, I don't know if it's true, but that was the belief about cedars. They keep on growing. And although humans don't keep on growing, if they keep on doing some work, then whatever it is, not paid work, but keep on having a purpose and doing something that's meaningful to you, then you're going to live to an old age because you're still feeling useful and productive.
Well, here's something else that she said as a closeout, folks. So bear this in mind. Just extending from what Clergyman Peter said, in one of her last interviews, she told reporters, people should help each other and love each other instead of hating. If we shared all that, things would be a lot better.
Yes, amen to that. And I just in closing, I just say, of course, people's lives are cut short tragically by disease and by accident. Of course, that happens. We're talking, if that doesn't happen, then you can live a long life by returning that purpose. And if you've got family and friends around you, and you love and care for each other, then it makes a long life not only more likely, but it makes the life more enjoyable, so you actually want to live that long. So let us know what you think. Put a comment down in the description. Just go to markandpete.com. Make sure you're subscribed. You can leave a comment on this and every episode. But for now, it's bye from Mark and myself, and catch you next time.